Dear students, welcome for the session. Today's topic is on product management, where I will be covering on the meaning of product management, roles of product managers, product management aspects, or which is called as the three pillars of product management function, and its process. Okay, so here we go. Let's try to understand the meaning of product management. A product management is an organizational lifecycle function within a company dealing with the planning or marketing of a product or products at all stages of the product lifecycle. That is, from the stage of introduction, growth, maturity, saturation, and in the decline stage. So, the goal of the product management is to ensure a market driven whole product offering, to establish a competitive and profitable pricing models, to ensure the existence and support of product distribution, and to create effective marketing promotions that generate revenues. Let's try to understand the roles of product manager. But who is this product manager? The product manager is responsible for the strategy, roadmap, and feature definition for that particular product in the market. So, product manager's primary role is to serve as the voice of the customer. The day to day work revolves around executing four main tasks. First, developing the market requirements documents. Second, managing the product feature list. Third, coordinating the activities of different functional groups. And fourth, it is participating in and or running the launch and post-launch marketing activities for a product. Product management is built on three pillars, that is, product planning, product marketing, and product strategy. Product planning is making sure that the right product is offered to the customers. Product marketing is enabling the product to reach its potential customers. And product strategy is a guide for product value delivery over the product lifecycle. Product planning. Product planning is the ongoing process of identifying and articulating market requirements that define a product's feature set. There are several features which undergo under product planning. They are defining new products. Ideas for new products can be obtained from basic research using a SWOT analysis of new product service or based on a store concepts. Gathering information of the market requirements. This is helped by analyzing the market and consumer trends, competitors, focus groups, trade shows, or ethnographic discovery methods. Building product roadmaps, which is particularly known as technology roadmaps. This is a great roadmap, walks a fine line between being too narrow and too wide. Roadmaps are always subject to change. Next is the product lifecycle consideration. So, the idea of a product lifecycle acknowledges the fact that designing and selling a product is only part of the story. In fact, every product goes through a series of steps between the time it is first conceived and the time the manufactured product is retired and discarded. And the last one is product differentiation. Product differentiation, which is also known simply as differentiation, which is a process of distinguishing the differences of a product or offering from others to make it more attractive to a particular target market. So, this involves differentiating it from competitors' products as well as one's own product offerings. Product marketing. Product marketing deals with the first of the four P's of marketing, which are product, price, place, and promotion. So, product marketing is based on identifying, anticipating, and satisfying the customer needs effectively and profitably. There are certain features under product marketing, and they are first, product positioning and outbound messaging. Positioning is a process that focuses on conveying product value to buyers, which drive all outbound communication. So, the best positioning clearly states how the product will solve specific customer problems. Second, Promoting the product externally with press, customers, and partners. Yes, launching a new product on the market to gain sales and exposure for it can be a challenge. So, there are many other ways to promote and sell a new product, but the most important of them all include packaging, trade shows, exhibitions, promotional videos, and internet marketing. Last one is monitoring the competition. It is very important that marketers are aware of their competitors, business ventures, strategies, and the various methods they adopted to venture in the market and to know how did they attract their customers to gain profit. Now, the third aspect or the third pillar in product management is product strategy. A product strategy is a roadmap that is used to develop a product or its features. It acts as a foundation for the entire product lifecycle from the stage of introduction to the stage of decline. Product strategy is about imagining the future of a product. That is, what product will it become, who will it benefit, and how will it create a value. And the last one, a product strategy draws from the ultimate vision of the product that it states where the product will end up. So by setting a product strategy, it is easy to determine the direction of the product efforts in the market. Product management function has a large impact in the organization and also in marketing a product to the customers in order to satisfy the needs. So there are various functions of product management where the product management team has to focus on. They are: the first one, identifies the customer need. The product management team uses methods and techniques that help to identify the problems of the customer. Once they identify, they create a product that will resolve the problem or satisfy that particular customer needs, demands. Second, ROI. It is known as return on investment. Return on investment is usually expressed in percentage. It is a percentage of money gained or lost on an investment relative to the amount of money invested. So the company's decision is to invest in these costs depend on the business opportunity that could be created by the product. So the return of investment must be large enough for them to make sufficient profit in order to recover the initial investment cost within the break-even period and then convert it into a profit-making proposition. The third one is communicating to the top management. Since only the top management can commit the resources for the new product development, the product management team must provide them with the business rationale for following the opportunity and give them a business plan to convince them to commit the resources for the research and development. The fourth one is to communicate with the product development team. Once the top management has given their approval for development, the product development team must be explained what are the requirements, that is, what are the marketing requirements of the finished products and are so that they are clear about what they need to develop. The next one is communicating to the advertising or the promotional teams. So each product is positioned for a specific category of the customers. The project management team shares its vision with the publicity or sales promotion team, giving them the positioning of the product. The type of advertising communication for each type of customer is different, and hence the product management team must explain the positioning to the advertising team so that the right communication can be generated to the customers. The last one empowers the sales team. The sales team also needs to understand the product so that they can effectively sell the product to the customers. Moving on to the next topic, product management process. The product management process is cyclical in nature, where the product management cycle has 5 stages. The first stage is new product identification. Second, new product definition. Third, new product development. Fourth, product launch and growth. And the final stage is product discontinuation. Let's see what all covers under new product identification. In this stage, the firm conducts various activities in order to understand the customer's needs and desires and define the functional requirements of the product. First thing what they do is customer survey. Customer survey and responses to existing products so that improvements to existing products can be undertaken to understand what the customer feels about the product. So by consumers feedback, the firm will be able to generate new ideas about the product identifications. Second, understand the latest developments. This can be done by reading the journals, magazines, books, and also go to certain international exhibitions and attending certain conferences. It can help them to understand what is the competition and what competition could be possibly developed in terms of new products. And the third one, create a cross-functional teams. So this consists of cross-functional teams of people from various departments, many of whom may eventually be involved in the development of a product. So these cross-functional teams get all the inputs that is available for product development, and they also bring into the team the knowledge and experiences. And the final is information is collated and circulated. Organizations generally circulate the informations about the products, technologies, business processes, and about the market competitions within the organization. So this not only helps the people to keep abreast with the latest trends, but also allow the germination of new ideas. The second stage under product management process is new product definition. During the second stage, various ideas for products generated in the first stage are discussed and evaluated so that the final product is finalized. During this phase, the following activities are undertaken. First, high-level functions of the product are defined. For example, when the Nano was planned by Tatas with a high-level specifications would have given that they need to develop a car that will cost only rupees 1 lakh to the customer, and it would look modern, which have the basic comfort, and that it would be positioned for a two-wheeler owner who would aspire for a four-wheeler, or an existing small car buyer who would like to buy a more economical, more modern design. So this is the high level functions of a product which is being defined by every companies before they launch a product. Second activity is a business case is made for the new product. This business case defines the size of the market, the segment for which the product has been defined, what are the investments needed to make and sell the product, and what will be the profit that product make during its life cycle. It also outlines what are the competitive products currently and also like to be launched by the competitor. At the end of the day, the business needs to make a profit, and if a product cannot make a profit, it will not be considered for the next stage of the development. And the last activity is the product management team has to sell the idea of the product to various departments in the organization, like sales, product department, or the production department, research and development, and the HR department. Once the product development team has determined that the product is viable, it has to convince the management that the product not only meets the strategic objectives but also the profit objectives of the organization. Until the management is convinced that the financial commitment needed to commence product development cannot be made. So this is in terms done in consultation with the technical teams of the organization like R&D, operations, procurement, etc. in order to understand broadly if the product can be made economically. At this stage, many assumptions are made based on which the decisions are taken. Once the product's high-level specifications have been finalized and the top management has approved the product and committed resources for its development, the product management group involves with the product development team for further activities. So this team consists of various departments from research and development, manufacturing department, industrial engineering department, and sales departments. They are given specifications of the product and given the task of creating the actual physical product. So during this phase, the product development team undergoes through various processes, and there are 8 stages: idea generation, idea screening, concept testing, business analysis, product development, test marketing, commercialization, and review of market performance. So product development team make a detailed specifications of the product. They also define the look and feel of the product from the process of idea generation to the product development. So they also evaluate the impact of various options in making the product in terms of investment needed, profits generated in the firm. So during the test marketing stage, a few chosen customers are shown the product for their feedback. The feedback from testing and the customer is considered by the product management team, and they decide on the changes to be incorporated in the product. So the feedback is discussed internally, and the relevant parts in the modifications needed are incorporated in the product, and then the product is ready for launch. The product launch needs a lot of preparation so as to ensure that the product succeeds in the market. Just making a good product is not enough to ensure its success. Thus, by the time the final product is ready, the product management team has to develop the support needed to launch the product in the market. So they have certain activities in the stage of product launch and growth, and they are: campaign. Product management team knows how they have positioned the product and what their target segment is. So along with the advertising department, they have to develop the campaigns needed to launch the product. The second activity is customers. The customers must be able to understand the product they are buying. Hence, the product management team must also develop the tools needed by the sales team and channel partners to sell the product effectively for the customers. So they must create tools like sales catalogs, leaflet, comparison charts with the competitions, explaining the application areas and the target segments for the product. The last one, the product management team needs to determine the ways to improve sales profitability of the product, and also they require a customer feedback. So keeping a track on customers feedback so that a small incremental improvements can be made to the product, thus increasing its life and profitability of the company while keeping it ahead of the competition. So the product life and success will depend to a large extent on the groundwork undertaken by the product management group from the time of its development to its launch and stay in the market. The last and the final stage in product management process is product discontinuation. This is a critical phase in the management of products. This is the phase when the product is to be discontinued and a new product has to be introduced. If the current product is discontinued and the new product is not accepted by the customer, it can cause a major setback for the firm. Now let's see what are the activities. Availability of a new product. When present product is failure, the product management must be ready in introducing a new product to the customers based on the customer's demand. Next activity is awareness of the competitor's product. The firm must watch or product management team need to see what the type of new products is already launched by the competitors in the market. For example, when an Apple launched its iPhone with a large touchscreen technology, other phone manufacturers were forced to launch similar products within a very short period of time for their concerned customers. And the last activity is customers' maturity. Even though a new product may be ready, it may not be possible to launch it because the customers are not ready for it. Let's take an example of Indian customers. The Indian customers at that time felt that clothes washing by hand is more effective and a washing machine never washed the clothes properly. Now, the customer's mind has changed and it is in a high demand as many prefer buying the automatic washing machine for the time consumption in their busy schedules. So, nowadays, because of the speed at which the market is changing and competition is responding, existing products are discarded even when they have not completed their economic life. So, this puts more pressure on the product management team to develop newer products that will give returns in shorter and shorter periods of time. So, product management is fundamentally about delivering successful products to a market of customers. This requires a deep understanding of market requirements. Hence, product management is a strategic role. Hope the session was helpful. Thank you.